Hey guys, today we're going to be doing an eyebrow tutorial. I know, finally. The product we'll be using is a Perfect Brow Pencil by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Dark Brown. This is the spoolie side. And then I'm going to show you the actual pencil, which is my favorite way to do my eyebrows so far, and it's way faster than the pomade that I'm going to show you now. I am going to be using it just for my scar area. The shade I'll be using is Chocolate. Okay, so we're going to start off with the spoolie side, of course. Let's start off by combing our eyebrows. You always have to comb your brows. I just feel like it makes everything easier to apply. And now we're going to start by not the beginning, just almost halfway. Start there. Always start there because you don't want a big square box at the end. And if you'd like, if it makes it easier, go ahead and try angling your brush to see where you start and where you end, and where to put your arch, of course. So we're going to go ahead and start filling in underneath first. Always start underneath, not the top. Now we're going to go to the top. If you're down underneath your brow, start creating an arch. As you can see, I do not have an arch on this eyebrow because this is a brow where I do have my scar, and so that's where I'll add a lot of product. Let's start by combing our brows again. I like to comb my brow while I'm putting product on my brow so it won't just be too much, like look decent. It'll smooth out any harsh lines you have. I do have a lot of trouble with this brow because of the scar, so don't mind me. Just gonna continue with this brow, filling in the scar. Luckily, if you don't have a scar on your brow, it'll be so much easier for you to do your brows. So I continue just filling in this side of the brow. Do light strokes, do not just do one big old line, because then it'll just look like a big old harsh line on your brow, and you will probably be able to blend it with the brush. The brush I do use is by Anastasia as well. It's number 18. It's an eyebrow brush, and you can get it at Sephora, and I'm sorry, it's number 12, not 18. And it has a spoolie on the side, and then also it has of course the brush side. That's the brush that I'm showing you now. I love this brush for everything. It goes into detail and it's very dense. Now with no product at all, not touching anything, just with whatever I had on my eyebrow, I'm gonna go in the front now and start filling in the front. Start by the bottom, slowly go up with your brush, and then touch the top. Of course, always use a spoolie so you can remove any harsh lines. And of course, I mess up right here, so always filling it in, and you'll see that throughout the whole video. Okay, comb your hair again, just in case if any hair is moved. Again, do not start in the very front. Start almost halfway through your brow and slowly start going to your end of the brow. Slow strokes, small strokes. This sounds disgusting, but yeah. And I always mess up. I'm telling you, it's not easy. It takes practice. Just keep sitting in front of a mirror. Practice how to do your eyebrows. And this one I do have an arch, so I kind of get an idea. It's just that I have no hair on the top, so I of course have to do the hair for it. I always do the top first and then I fill in my brow with the pencil, of course. But if you have enough time, which I never do in the morning anymore, go ahead and take your time with the pomade and the pencil of Anastasia number 12. Because the eyebrows will be so beautiful, but I like the pencil because it's darker and it gets my scar, so that's why I've been using the actual pencil right now. And plus it's faster and more convenient, and it lasts way longer. Continue to fill in your brows, and then with your brush again, now go slowly up to the top of your brow with whatever product is on the brow. And yes, my eyebrows do look sloppy and messy right now, but I'll show you right now that I am going to clean them up with the MAC Pro Longwear. continue to make sure they're all even, your arch is perfect, but you always have to create an arch if you don't have one. If you have one, you're blessed with beautiful eyebrows, but people like me do not have one. Okay, anyways, now we're going to be cleaning our brows with, like I said, MAC Pro Longwear Concealer with the shade NW25. The brush I am using is by Morphe M224. I love this brush to clean my brows. This is the only brush I use to clean my brows. But to clean off the concealer, I do use another brush that looks similar to it, and you can't even see it. Yes, the brush I use is by Bundle Monster. It's the first brush that I got when I was like, what, 3 years ago? So you can find this on Amazon, I think. I don't even remember where I got it, but it was only like $18 for a brush set. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm cleaning my brows with that brush by Bundle Monster. It's just the same as the Morphe brush, but the other one is a little bit more fluffy. Easier to clean and smooth out any harsh lines from the concealer. But you don't have to do this step. I personally do like doing this step because it actually makes your brows look more sharp and clean. And if you want that sharp, clean look, I would recommend doing it. And I'm just making sure my brows not all the way to my ears, so that's why I did that. And now I'm gonna get some more concealer and go on the top. This step you may skip. I mean, I prefer it because, like I said, it's cleaner and sharper, but that's totally up to you. And yes, I do that matte face or put my eyebrows down just so I can make sure I got everything on my arch. So if you want to do a matte face while you're doing your brows, go ahead. It'll make sure you got every spot for your arch. Sorry you can't see anything. I'm gonna go lower right now. I'm so sorry. I feel like I have this problem where I keep adding and that's why my eyebrows get thicker and thicker. So don't do what I'm doing. Don't keep adding. Just leave it as is. Fix it with concealer, and everything will be fine. But if you do feel like it doesn't match, then there's a problem you need to take away or you need to add. Since you can't see what I'm doing, I am just cleaning again my brow with concealer. That's all I'm doing, fixing my end of fixing the end of my brow. And since it is zoomed in, sometimes I don't have control of what you guys could see. And again, just cleaning out my brow with that Bundle Monster brush. And hoping my brow comes out good sooner or later, because I always take as long as possible with this brow because I do have that scar on that brow. And now finally moving over to my right brow. Well, your right, my left. I'm gonna clean it as well, same procedure as my other brow. And yes, this is my favorite brow. And yes, my baby distracted me, and you'll see why. There you go. I didn't want to take that off. I wanted you guys to see that I do mess up. I don't get it right the first time. So now I'm gonna fill it in again with that pencil. Thank God for this pencil because it's a lifesaver. So just continue fixing your mistake. And oh yeah, for whatever I have on my hand left over of concealer, I put it on my eyelids. And just cleaning off any concealer that I see, any problem, any mistake, anything on my brows so I can finally be done. I'm telling you, it takes me so long just to do my eyebrows. I do apologize that this video is almost 16 minutes long, but I wanted to show you guys exactly every step I do, how long it takes me, even when I mess up. And now I'm adding more product because I don't know why. Oh, I have like little white spots. That one's just a little bit too curved for me, so I'm gonna fix that. Do you see how it's not easy to get perfect brows? And now with my spoolie, cleaning off any excess eyebrow product I have. And now I'm gonna go in with this powder to fill in my scar. For me, the powder is just gonna set everything, so if you have like a little bald spot that the product isn't picking up anything, go ahead and put a little bit of powder that matches your brows and it should set for the rest of the day. Your brows should not move, your brows should be perfect. And just finishing my other side with the concealer just so my eyes won't look uneven. And now with whatever is on my brush, fixing a little bit more. Doing with the spoolie again, combing my brows out, making sure the hair is going all the same way. We don't want another hair going any other direction. We want the same direction for all the hair. And now using the Anastasia Beverly Hills gel, we're gonna go ahead and comb our brows so we can set it and know none of the hairs move. And now that we're finally done combing our brows, this is the final look, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and see you soon. Thank you for your patience.